Life is a tapestry of experiences woven with threads of joy, sorrow, love, and pain. Inevitably, we will encounter hurts and injustices inflicted upon us by others. These wounds can cut deep, leaving scars that linger long after the initial injury. When we cling to these past hurts, refusing to let go of anger and resentment, we burden ourselves with a heavy weight. Unforgiveness becomes a prison, trapping us in a cycle of bitterness and pain. Imagine carrying a heavy stone wherever you go, a constant reminder of the wrong that was done to you. This weight slows you down, making it difficult to move forward. It saps your energy, leaving you feeling drained and depleted. The consequences of holding on to anger and resentment are far-reaching. Unforgiveness not only poisons our relationships with others, but also takes a toll on our physical and mental health. However, there is another way, a path that leads to freedom, healing, and wholeness. Forgiveness is not about condoning or excusing the wrong, but about releasing ourselves from the grip of the past. Forgiveness is not a one-time event, but a journey, often challenging and requiring patience and compassion. It is a process of acknowledging the pain, allowing ourselves to grieve, and ultimately choosing to release the other person from their debt. This does not mean forgetting what happened or condoning the behavior. Instead, it is about choosing to see the situation and the person who hurt us with compassion and understanding. Forgiveness is not a passive process, but an active choice we make. It requires effort, intentionality, and a willingness to let go of the pain that has been holding us captive. The benefits of forgiveness are plentiful. When we choose to forgive, we free ourselves from the heavy burden of anger and resentment, which opens us up to experience greater peace, joy, and contentment. Forgiveness is not just an act of kindness towards others, but a profound gift we give to ourselves. By releasing the person who hurt us from our judgment, we liberate ourselves from the prison of our pain. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to the strength of the human spirit. It takes immense courage and resilience to confront our pain, choose compassion over anger, and embrace the possibility of healing. The call to forgive is deeply embedded in the teachings of Christianity. Throughout the Bible, we encounter stories of forgiveness, reminding us that it is not merely a suggestion, but a divine imperative. In the book of Micah, we are reminded of God's immense capacity for forgiveness. Who is a God like you who pardons sin and forgives the transgression of the remnant of his inheritance? You do not stay angry forever, but delight to show mercy. Micah 7-18. The Apostle Paul, in his letter to the Ephesians, echoes this divine call to forgive. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Ephesians 4:32. Forgiving others becomes an act of worship, a way of emulating the very heart of God. Jesus himself, throughout his earthly ministry, exemplified forgiveness in its purest form. He taught his followers to love their enemies, pray for those who persecute them, and to offer forgiveness unconditionally. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus elevates forgiveness to a new level, stating, "For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you." Matthew 6:14. Perhaps the most powerful example of Jesus's unwavering commitment to forgiveness is seen on the cross. Even as he suffered unimaginable pain and injustice, he cried out, "Father, Forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Luke 23:34. This act of selfless love serves as a timeless reminder of the transformative power of forgiveness. The Lord's Prayer, a prayer taught by Jesus to his disciples, provides a powerful framework for understanding and practicing forgiveness. Within this prayer, we find the words, "And forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors." Matthew 6:12. These words are not merely a request for God's forgiveness, but a recognition of the interconnectedness of forgiveness. By uttering these words, we acknowledge that our ability to receive God's forgiveness is directly linked to our willingness to forgive others. The Lord's Prayer serves as a daily reminder to examine our hearts and to seek forgiveness, not only for our own shortcomings, but also to extend that same forgiveness to those who have wronged us. It is a call to live out the radical love and grace that Christ demonstrated. The emotional burden of unforgiveness is substantial. It weighs heavily on our hearts, a constant companion casting a shadow over our thoughts and actions. When we harbor unforgiveness, we allow the past to dictate our present. We replay the hurt, the anger, the resentment, trapping ourselves in a cycle of negativity. This emotional turmoil can spill over into our relationships, affecting our interactions with loved ones and hindering our ability to form new, healthy connections. Unforgiveness can make us feel isolated and alone, as if we are carrying a heavy weight that no one else can see. Forgiveness, in stark contrast to the destructive nature of unforgiveness, offers a path to emotional healing and restoration. When we choose to forgive, we actively decide to release the pain and resentment that bind us to the past. This act of letting go is a powerful balm for the soul, allowing us to experience a profound sense of peace and liberation. As we release the grip of anger and resentment, we create space for positive emotions to flourish. Forgiveness paves the way for compassion, empathy, and even love to emerge, both for ourselves and for those who have hurt us. The emotional benefits of forgiveness extend far beyond our own well-being. The decision to forgive is a declaration of freedom. It is a conscious choice to break free from the chains of the past and to embrace the possibility of a brighter future. When we forgive, we release the person who hurt us from their debt, but more importantly, we liberate ourselves from the bitterness and resentment that have held us captive. This freedom allows us to move forward with a lighter heart, unburdened by the weight of anger and pain. It empowers us to live more fully in the present moment, appreciating the good things in our lives without the constant intrusion of negative thoughts and emotions. Forgiveness, in its essence, is a gift we give to ourselves, a pathway to emotional wholeness and lasting freedom. Forgiveness is not merely an emotional exercise, it is a profoundly spiritual undertaking. It delves into the depths of our being, challenging our deeply held beliefs and prompting a transformation of the heart. When we embark on the journey of forgiveness, we open ourselves to a deeper understanding of ourselves, our relationship with others, and our connection to the divine. This journey often requires us to confront our own limitations, our capacity for anger, resentment, and the desire for retribution. It forces us to acknowledge our shared humanity, recognizing that we are all flawed individuals capable of both hurting and being hurt. This process of self-reflection can be painful, but it is through this discomfort that true spiritual growth occurs. In many spiritual traditions, forgiveness is seen as essential for spiritual enlightenment and liberation. It is believed that holding on to anger, resentment, and grudges creates a barrier between ourselves and the divine. When we choose to forgive, we actively dismantle these barriers, allowing the light of compassion, love, and understanding to flow through us. This alignment with the divine brings a sense of peace, joy, and purpose that transcends our earthly experiences. Forgiveness in this sense becomes an act of surrender. By releasing our grip on the need for revenge or retribution, we open ourselves to the possibility of divine intervention and the transformative power of grace. The spiritual benefits of forgiveness are abundant. As we cultivate a spirit of forgiveness, we begin to experience a profound sense of inner peace and liberation. The weight of anger and resentment lifts, and in its place, we discover a newfound sense of freedom and lightness of being. This inner peace allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves, with others, and with the divine. We become more present, more compassionate, and more attuned to the needs of those around us. Ultimately, the practice of forgiveness leads to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Forgiveness. It's a word often uttered with a sigh, laden with the weight of past hurts. The path to forgiveness is rarely straightforward. It's a winding road, often uphill, with unexpected detours. It's a journey that demands courage, compassion, and a willingness to confront ourselves. Forgiving someone, especially when the wounds run deep, can feel impossible. It's not about condoning the wrong, nor is it about forgetting. It's about choosing to release the bitterness that poisons our hearts. The journey begins with acknowledging the pain. Allow yourself to feel the hurt and anger. Don't suppress these emotions. Let them surface. Acknowledge their presence. It's only by facing them that we can begin to heal. Remember, forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It's an act of immense strength, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It's a declaration that you refuse to be defined by the actions of another, choosing to step into the light of healing. Embracing forgiveness often feels abstract, a noble concept difficult to grasp in the throes of pain. So, how do we begin to traverse this challenging terrain? Here are a few practical steps to help navigate the path towards forgiveness. First, cultivate empathy. Try to understand the perspective of the person who wronged you. This doesn't mean excusing their actions, but attempting to see the situation through their eyes. Perhaps they were hurting, acting out of their pain. Cultivating empathy doesn't diminish the wrong, but helps us move towards compassion. Secondly, practice forgiveness meditation. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and bring to mind the person who hurt you. Visualize them bathed in a warm light and silently repeat the words, "I forgive you, I release you." Repeat this mantra, allowing any resistance to surface and then gently release it. Finally, consider expressing your forgiveness. This might involve writing a letter, having a conversation, or simply voicing your forgiveness silently. Expressing forgiveness, even if only to yourself, can be a powerful step towards releasing the pain and moving forward. The decision to forgive is a catalyst for profound transformation. It's a declaration of freedom, a triumphant cry that reverberates through our being. Forgiveness dismantles the prison walls around our hearts, allowing love, compassion, and peace to flow back into our lives. It's a continuous practice, a commitment to healing. Return to the practices that bring you peace. Forgiveness extends beyond ourselves, creating creating a ripple effect of compassion. Embrace the journey of forgiveness and witness the profound transformation it brings. The journey of forgiveness is rarely a straight and easy path. It is a winding road, often uphill, with unexpected detours through valleys of pain and resentment. Moments when the wounds of the past feel raw, when anger flares unexpectedly. Yet, it is in these moments that we must remember the transformative power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It is a declaration of independence from the shackles of the past. To forgive is to reclaim our power and embrace the fullness of life. It is to acknowledge that we are not defined by the actions of others. True freedom lies in releasing ourselves from the burden of the past. As we navigate life, let us remember Nelson Mandela's words. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. May we all find the courage to unlock the chains of unforgiveness and embrace the liberating power of forgiveness.